actually starting cross-legged. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can always grab a pillow, sit underneath that, or book or block. We're going to start with a little bit of breath work. So as I said, working towards Hanumanasana splits today, so opening hamstrings, hips and quads. So come to seated and then turn the palms up and connect index finger and thumb and extend out through the other 3 fingertips. So there's lots of energy coming through the fingertips here. Close your eyes. This helps us maintain a focus and remain present with our breath work. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Inhale through nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. And exhale now through your nose. Find some softness. Sit tall with each inhale. Soften those shoulders with the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to drop thoughts, worries, to-do lists. Let's slow everything down. Keep that energy through fingertips, the arms active. So notice, observe the pause at the end of each inhale and exhale. Notice what you find here in the pause. Perhaps a stillness, a sense of calm. Notice your breath now. Is it cool? Is it warm? Keep those eyes closed. Inhale, reach the palms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, let's set an intention for our practice this evening. So an intention allows us to bring forth what we want to bring to our lives. So allow it to come naturally. If nothing comes, that's okay too. Exhale, open the eyes, release your hands to your knees, cross the legs now. It doesn't matter, we're going to swap to access both sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So fingertips can come in front, or you can begin to walk those hands forward. Inhale, lengthen, gazing pose, really extend the chest forward. Exhale, fold it forward. Doesn't matter if you're up here, whichever leg's in front, hopefully feel a stretch through that glute and hip. Inhale, rise onto fingertips, and exhale, walk the hands over to the right, lengthen, inhale, and exhale, fold over that right hand to the side, that knee, hopefully finding a side stretch, even a hip stretch there. Inhale, rise onto fingertips, and exhale, walk over to the left, the opposite side to where you've been, and fold on the exhale. Try and keep both hips grounded, sit bones grounding to the mat. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, roll yourself back up, swap the legs over, left over right or right over left, depending where you started. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, really reach out to the hips. Exhale, find your fold on this side. Chin tucks in, neck nice and relaxed. Inhale, rise onto fingertips. And exhale, this time we walk the hands back up. We're coming into a twist. Reach up on another inhale, palms touch. Exhale, twist right, left hand to right knee, right fingertips behind. Inhale, sit tall. So use those fingertips to help you lift up. I'll show you from the side. And exhale, drop that shoulder that's behind. Gaze over that back shoulder or just to the side. Inhale, center. And exhale, the opposite way. Drop those shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Or twist, I should say. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, cross over the legs, come forward. We'll step back to downward dog. First little stretch along the back of the body, hamstrings and spine. So bend through the knees. Take the head from side to side. Rise onto toes now. Bend the knees. So everyone's knees are bent, but the spine's nice and long here still. Press that floor away. So imagine you're pressing up and back with the hips. Find length through that spine. The legs don't necessarily straighten here now. Exhale, the heels don't come down. We'll breathe into those legs now. Slightly different variation of our normal downward dog. One more breath here. Exhale, gaze to the hands now. Walk the feet to the front. So go easy on the hamstrings to begin with before we're warm. Hands to shins. Inhale, gazing pose or fingertips to mat. Exhale, bend the knees, tummy to thighs. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Keep those shoulders soft. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hinge to rise. Come to stand. Palms touch overhead. And lengthen through the lower back. Tuck the bottom under. Exhale, release the hands down. So we'll come to our flow now. Inhale, reach up. Lengthen. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, gazing pose, chest, heart center shines forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to mat. Step back with the left foot, coming into a lunge, but keep the fingertips either side of front foot. Inhale, shine the heart center forward, really reach the head forward, back leg strong, so lift that kneecap. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Inhale, rise onto toes. Gaze forward, exhale, left foot steps forward. If it gets stuck, you can help it through this left arm or drop the knee to help it through. Shine the heart center forward. Inhale, extend. Slide those right toes back if you need to. Exhale, step right foot to meet left. Gazing pose, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, tummy to thigh. Really find that connection even if your knees are bent here, doesn't matter. You'll feel that hamstring stretch still. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to mat. Left foot steps back. Drop the knee now. We lunge. Inhale, reach up with fingertips. Breathe. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back to downward dog. Rise onto toes, gaze forward. Left foot steps forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms rise, reach. So we're trying to build some heat through the body and these hips to begin with. Exhale, hands come to the front. Right foot steps to the front. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale, Uttanasana. We fold it forward. Inhale, gazing pose. Core switches on. Exhale, bend knees, hands to mat. Step back to your plank. Inhale, push forward, lean forward a touch. Exhale, lower knees and chest for the first one. Hands stay as they are, tops of the feet relaxed. Inhale, cobra. So reach the chest forward through the hands. Squeeze those elbows in. Exhale, switch the core on. Press back through all fours. Downward dog. 3 breaths here now. Nice and slow. Gaze back between the shins. Fingertips nice and wide. Rise onto toes, bend the knees. Yogi's choice, step or little float to the front. Gazing pose, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, we fold. Hinge to rise, switch that core on. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, fold it forward again. We come back down. Inhale, gazing pose, hands to shins or mat. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float back to plank this time. Inhale, lean forward, touch. Exhale, lower up, through plank, through knees, maybe chaturangas in your practice. Inhale, your choice now, cobra or upward dog, so move the hands back towards the ribs for upward dog. Thighs fire up. If you've tried upward dog and you're compressing through lower back, if it's too much, drop down, take the hands to the shoulder, in line with the shoulders, and come back to your cobra. Exhale, now come through all fours or over toes, downward dog. Rise onto the toes, inhale, right leg lift, split dog. See if you can drop that heel, level off the hips, so notice those toes might be turned to the right, square them to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, round through the back, bring knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right foot through to the hands. Again, if you need to, you can always drop that knee and bring that foot through. Left heel turns in. We rise, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, settle into the pose. So really fire up this back leg, press into the outer edge of that back foot and try and lift that arch. Inhale. Maybe come a little deeper, ribs closing in. Inhale. Exhale, now open out, right arm forward, left arm back. Just slightly deeper, longer stance. Gaze over front hand. Inhale. Exhale here, try and drop those shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the right fingertips to the mat, left hand to hip, drop the left knee down. Inhale, reach that left arm up, so we're coming into Parsvakonasana variation. Really just press front arm and leg against each other. Inhale, extend through the top of head. Exhale, use your core to twist a little deeper through the upper body. Inhale. Exhale, now release the hands either side of front foot. We start to slide the hands back, right toes tuck, the right toes come back to the shin. Now this is where your blocks come in really handy. Or if you don't have them, don't worry. If you don't have them, you can always take hands to hips, but you are having to balance. If you can find blocks or books, come up to them on any height that you need. Toes flex back on that right foot. Exhale, fold, but we're not going to our deepest fold just yet. We're early in the practice. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend that front leg. Release the hands to the mat. We vinyasa. Step back to plank. If at any tool the vinyasa is too much, just meet us in downward dog or child's pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Rise onto toes. Inhale, left leg lift, split dog. Dropping that right heel if you can, even if it's just a millimeter. Level off those hips. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round through that upper back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Press that floor away, round. Inhale. Exhale, left foot through to hands now. I'll show you the option if you need to drop the knees. Step the left foot forward, right heel turns in. We rise to stand. Open out through heart center. So this time, that's the left hip drawing back, right hip forward. Gaze just ahead along the nose. So we won't be doing too much strong stuff, but we just need to warm up a little. Lift out through the heart center, try and lift your upper body out to the hips. Inhale. And open out, warrior two, right arm back, left arm forward. Lengthen that stance. Try and stack shoulders over hips. Gaze over front hand. Come a little deeper. Tuck the bottom under and externally rotate those thighs. release the left hand to the mat, drop the right knee, right hand to right hip, so you can bring that right knee in a little more. And then we inhale, take right arm up. Press arm and leg against each other at the front. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Find that space as you soften. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release right hand down. We step back once again to our plank. Lean forward a touch, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Oh, I forgot the half Hanuman, didn't I? Drop to the knees, step that left foot forward. I bet you're gutted about that. Grab your blocks or bring hands to hips. Keep those toes tucked under. Especially if you're in this version, inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward. Again, it is tougher if you don't have the blocks. If you can't quite reach the mat, see how you go. Use that breath, doesn't have to be the deepest fold. Pressing that heel into the mat. Inhale, rock forward now. Lift up, rock forward through that front foot and step back to downward dog. 2 breaths here now. Press that floor away. Gaze back between the shins. Notice what's happening around the arms. Are they hugging in? Is there a lot of space, or is it quite cramped around the shoulders and ears? Try and create space. Hug arms into sockets, and perhaps if you can understand the cue, externally rotate the upper arms, but hug the forearms towards each other. Can sometimes get a bit technical. Final breath here. Exhale, rise onto the toes, step the right foot forward, dropping into our lunge again. Back knee drops. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, now take the hands behind your back, support the lower back, elbows squeezing in, so the thumbs are across the sacrum and the fingertips are reaching up. From here, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, lift up through the heart center. The gaze can still stay forward, we don't have to take the head back. Exhale, come forward into that lunge. Breathe out with each inhale, lift, find space. Legs strong. Exhale, we come forward. Hands either side of front foot, grab your blocks again if you need. Inhale here. Exhale, take the hips back, toes flex back on the right leg. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. So the face is mirroring the shin. We look through the top of the eyebrows, the top of the head with our eyes. Inhale, come forward now. Bring the hands either side of that front foot. Back knee lifts. I'll show you from this side. Back knee lifts. We're coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Bring the right hand forward. If you've got your block or book, take that now. Or you can keep fingertips to mat. Left hand to left hip, so half moon. Inhale, press and lift. Push through this left foot. So imagine you're pressing into a wall. Left palm rolls that left hip open. Breathe there, keep the gaze to the floor. Maybe take that left palm up. Breathe there. So we're stretching through that inner right thigh now. Breathing through the challenge of balance, the inner thigh stretch, the hamstring stretch. Exhale, release the hands either side of front foot. Shoot that left foot back now. Drop the back knee, coming into lizard pose. Walk that foot out towards the edge of the mat. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot. Slide that left knee back now. Inhale, reach the chest forward. So you should feel a nice deep stretch in this inner right thigh, groin area, perhaps over this left hip. You can stay in this variation, or you can tuck the toes under. It's a stronger pose, but you might get more down that left hip flexor as well. Stay here or walk the hands forward, whichever version you're in. Maybe bring one elbow down, maybe the other, and coming onto a block if you need. So pick your variation. What feels right for you today depends what you've been doing. I know some of you have been out running, so you might want to drop the knee. Breathe there, especially if there's a bit of recovery. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale, come back up onto the hands. So gaze over this left shoulder now, looking for this left foot. If you have a strap or a t-shirt, you might need this here. We try and bring the left foot in from here to grab hold of the foot so that we can stay on that meaty part of the thigh. If you need to, ease out of the lunge, find the foot, but be careful on the knee, and then come back into the lunge. You keep the fingertips to the mat, forearm to that right thigh. We try and bring this left foot as close to us as we can. Breathing there. If you can come deeper, you can drop onto the forearm. See how this side feels. You can twist over that left shoulder as well. These are quite hot. If you're sweating, you're not the only one. It can be quite tough. Final breath. Inhale, reach up or rise up if you were down on the forearm. Slowly release that left foot. Hands come either side of front foot, and we vinyasa. Step it back, we're unfolding with our vinyasas. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. We're opening front and back body each time we do this and building heat. Exhale over knees or toes. Downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Recovery if you need to. Always drop to child's pose. Come back to breath. Rise onto toes. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, see if that right heel will lower. Inhale here. And exhale. Left foot comes through to hands back into our lunge. Drop the knee. Arms rise. Inhale. Lift up. And exhale. Take the hands behind the back as we did on the other side. Elbow squeeze in. Inhale, lift from the sternum, the heart center up. Exhale, come into your lunge. Breathe there. Switch core on. Doesn't have to be the deepest lunge here to really feel that stretch down that right thigh. Sometimes it's better. Not as deep. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, we come back into our half Hanuman. Hand either side of front foot. You might need to shuffle that left heel forward slightly, toes flex back. Inhale here. And exhale. Refold. Breathe there. See if you can release around those shoulders, release through your face. Inhale, we come forward. We're coming into our standing half moon. So come forward, tuck the back knee, toes under, lift the back knee. Bring that left hand forward and left of that left foot. Come back a little bit so you can see me. Right hand to right hip. Fix the gaze to the floor, switch core on. Inhale, press and lift. Engage that right thigh, flex the foot, press into the wall. Roll that right hip up. Maybe raise the right arm. Breathe in. Keep using the breath to exhale, roll the right ribs up to the ceiling. The gaze can stay to the floor. It helps you with your balance. Shoulders, check in, release the tension. Exhale, bend that left leg, release hands to either side of front foot, shoot the right foot back. Back in to our lunge. Inhale, reach up with the arms. And exhale, now come forward, hands to the inside of that left foot. Don't throw yourself there like I just did. Walk that left foot out slightly. Slide the right knee back. You can stay here. You can test the knee lifted. Slide those toes back a little further. Stay high or test the forearms. Maybe it might be one Don't worry if it's only one, you might be halfway. Keep reaching the head forward, try and keep length through the upper back. Try not to round and tuck the chin in. Keep that length. Breathe there. Inhale, rise up onto the hands. And exhale, walk that left foot back in line. Come up now. Look over this right shoulder. So you can take forearm to thigh or fingertips to the mat. Twist over that right shoulder, find that right foot. From here now, inhale and exhale. Draw that foot in. Again, you can twist if you wish a little. Twist this right hand side. Breathe there. Perhaps coming deeper if you can on this side as well. Just see. Stay with it. I know quad stretches are tough. If you have too much pressure through your knee, you can take an extra blanket or pillow next time you do this under that knee. It can really help until you can access above the kneecap. Slowly release right foot. Hands come either side of that front foot. Back knee lifts. Step it back to your plank. Inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down. Coming into a cobra now, but we're going to hold it. So hands under shoulders, squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, roll yourself up. Come to a comfortable cobra for you. Elbow squeeze in, draw yourself forward, hold it here. So you should start to feel this through the mid and upper back, strengthening. Perhaps make those hands lighter, tops of the feet pressing to the mat. Exhale, release down. Toes tuck under. Core switches on, press up, push back. So the hips stack over the knees. Slide the hands forward, one of my favourites, melting heart. Allow the chest to dip. So we arch through the upper back a little. So the forehead might come to a block, blanket, mat or even chin. And we want to arch through the upper and mid back. So core switches on, the bottom will lift slightly. Breathe here, enjoy this one now. I know it's tough for some of you, but see if you can use that exhale each time to soften and surrender to this pose. So much tension through our mid and upper back, shoulders. Close your eyes. Press into the hands. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, walk those hands back so we push back into our downward dog again. Lift up through the hips, inhale here. And exhale, rise onto the toes. Step that right foot forward and drop the back knee. So I'll show you from this side. Drop the back knee. We're going to come into to work towards our splits. Don't worry if you're not there today. So from here, come up into a lunge, hands onto that front thigh. Press yourself away and exhale, lunge forward. So really breathe into that back thigh, that thigh behind you, that left thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the toes under at the back. We fold into our half Hanuman. Inhale, come forward. See if you can slide that left thigh a little bit further back. So the lunge doesn't look so deep in this front leg now. This front foot will be coming further forward. Inhale. Exhale, we lunge back. You may just be staying with this in your half Hanuman. If you want to work a little deeper, inhale, come forward into the lunge. See if you can shoot that right leg a little bit further forward. Exhale now, hinge back into your half Hanuman. Stay here or begin to shoot that right leg forward. Left toes tuck under, we slide that left thigh back. So if you've got blocks, you can rest on your blocks. Whatever variation you're in, you're trying to hug that right thigh back into the socket And the left hip's coming forward. You want to level off the hips. I've still got some work to do. If you're a little bit off the floor, the leg that's in front, take a block underneath and sit. And you can stay here. See where you're at with this. I'll test this side. Almost there today. So if you're working deeper into this, right leg back into socket, left hip drawing forward, because I can bring that right hip to the floor, but I'm twisting out and not getting anything through this back leg. So we want to keep those hips level. We won't stay here too long. One more breath. Here we go. So it does take time. Depends on the day, depends how long you've got to hang out. So if you're in the full version or variation of that, press into the hands, tuck the back toes under, draw this left knee in, bring this right foot back. We'll swap sides, step it back to downward dog. You'll notice the difference once you're here. Take a breath. Then step the left foot forward, drop that back knee. So we come into our lunge again on this side. So from here, raise the arms, inhale. This may be where you're working, just working on these hip flexor opening, quad stretch. Exhale, come back to your half Hanuman, toes tuck under at the back, help you with balance, fold over left leg. Inhale, come forward. Sadly, we don't have as long today. Open out. We could probably spend about 15 minutes doing this to really get in there. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, come forward now, open out, lift up, exhale. See if you can bring the hands down, slide that right knee back, that left foot forward slightly, push back into your half Hanuman. Inhale, come forward now. See if you can slide that right knee back a little more. Maybe this left foot will shuffle forward more. You could stay here. Or begin to take the hips back, slide that left foot forward, that right knee back. Grabbing blocks if you want to use them. Or just staying up on the fingertips. So remember, left leg hugging in, right leg or right hip driving forward. So we're trying to level off those hips. Use that block. So a big part of this is breath now. Breathe there. Try and steady yourself here. A lot of mental challenge, resilience for this one too. Core on as well to protect that lower back. Inhale, press into the hands, start to bend front leg, toes tuck under at the back, bring right knee in. And it's not always graceful coming out of this. Then step back to downward dog. Drop to the knees now, take them wide. We should be nice and open through these inner thighs now. Sit the hips back to heels, rest the forehead to the mat, and take the hands back towards the feet. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, roll up to seated. We're going to come into crow because we're prepped for it. So if you haven't done crow before, grab a pillow if you've got one, take it in front of your mat, to the front of your mat. You'll soon see where you need to line it up with your head in case you're worried. You shouldn't come to that stage, so don't worry, but if it helps you psychologically. So we're going to come up onto our toes. You'll see here those knees are really high, so high up onto your toes. Then we snuggle in. So this just helps us bring this knee as high up this arm as possible. So don't worry, you don't have to take your feet off the floor today at all. No worries there. The arms are in front. Now those hands, those fingertips are nice and wide. These are your feet. They're going to grip the mat when you need to. When you need to pull back, when you need to balance. So we squeeze those knees onto the backs of the arms now. Those arms are pretty much straight in front because with the crow, you're actually leaning forward and lifting the hips rather than thinking about just dipping the head and hoping for the best. So if those arms are straight, that helps you lean. If they're too close, you've got nowhere to go. So bring those hands forward. If you're already in crow, feel free to pop in and test yourself with how long you can hold it there. Otherwise, squeeze knees onto back of the arms push back. Inhale, roll forward. Just hold it for one breath. Exhale, back. Now lift your core as you inhale, roll forward, tummy in and up. Feel that activation. Exhale, back. That'll help you lift up those feet. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bring one foot in. Keep that one foot hovering or just touching the mat. Exhale, back, just a point of balance. Final time. Inhale, bring the other foot in. I can't remember which side I've done, but exhale, we come back. That might be enough. If it is, rest in child's pose. If you want to have a go at the full pose, inhale, come forward. See if you can bring both feet together just close to the mat, and then see if you can bring them closer and closer towards the body. Press the floor away, shoulders away from ears, round through that upper back. Exhale, whew. Release down. Have one more go if you'd like to. And the rest of us will wait here, perhaps taking head from side to side. So once you're ready, come just to seated. We'll circle the wrists one way and then the other. Repeating each side. Shake them out. Bring your chin to your chest. A lot of tension creeps up with this one. Draw those shoulders down. Inhale, reach your chin up. And exhale, head back to center. We're coming to lay down. So from here, inch yourself down onto your mat. Reach the legs away. Extend the arms overhead. Inhale, really point out through toes, reach out through fingertips. Activate the entire body. And exhale, completely release. Inhale again. Exhale. Bring feet to the mat. And we're coming to a windscreen wiper. So this time drop the knees to the left. Then take your left foot on top of right thigh and allow the weight to open that right hip to come into a gentle twist. Breathe here. Gaze can turn to the right. If you'd like, draw those shoulders down again. They can creep up. If you feel anything through the knee, just release that left foot. But do try and bring this foot higher up on the thigh so the weight actually isn't in the knee. Enjoy that final twist, but also opening through that hip. Release left foot now. Inhale, come back. Bring the knees to the ceiling. And exhale, take them over to the right. Right foot comes on top of left thigh now. And allow that weight to draw that thigh down and open this left hip. Gaze roll into the left. Close the eyes. Find softness through breath, through your body. Releasing that right foot now. Bring the feet back to your mat. Hug knees into your chest, sway from side to side. You can take happy baby if you wish. And now we'll come to Shavasana, the best bit. So options, you can bring soles of the feet together if you really like a nice hip opener. If you can stay here, you can rest the knees, or you can extend the legs away. If you have pillows, take them underneath the knees, that's lovely too. Whichever variation you're in, take the palms up, turn the palms up, tuck weight into the head, tuck those shoulders under. Inhale. And softly exhale through your mouth, sigh out. You can let go of your yogic breath now. settle into your Shavasana, to savour, to soak up your practice. All the energy. But also the space, the mental space. Notice your breath now as it channels through the nostrils. Notice the sounds around you. Connect back with your body, with breath and movement. Stretch or roll to one side, or both.